Hello everyone, welcome back to Logic Bombs. This will be the final episode. We'll be handling the last few levels in this game. Let's jump on in. Okay, so they tell us that these are all walls, and these are all walls, so we have 4 quadrants, each with 1 slime. I guess that means that these bombs have to hit these particular monsters, and we know... What else do we know based on this alone? There's a lot of things that we almost have solved. For example, we know, there's 2 here, for example. We know that all this will be empty and there will be 1 wall in here to finish out that particular spot because this bomb can't hit that slime. Any other bombs that might hit slimes? This guy might get hit. But we just don't know enough to really say where or how yet. Let's just go through a 1 by 1. No, not solvable. No. You're getting close. Also getting close, I think. What else ought I to know at this point? 5, 4, 7. We're so close to solving this particular one, too. 7. 2 7s. That means there's only 1 more airspace in each of these 2 rows. Where might it be? I guess we'll find out eventually. There's only 2 more walls in this row. Close. I guess... Okay. I guess we have to look at how we can connect up the slimes to these monsters, because as a reminder, you have to have the slimes touch the monsters in each of these quadrants. Let's look at this 8. We know that we can't have this entirely blocked off. If we do, then this slime will be stuck over here in the corner, which means there's at least 1 airspace somewhere in this column, meaning that since there's 8 blocks here, this has to be entirely filled like that. What does that tell us next? I mean, we need to go up and around here. We need to go and connect this slime somehow down here. That means one of these has to be open, perhaps both. We'll see. Are there any other similarly, obtrusive areas? Well, we know the same thing here. This 7 tells us that we can't have this entirely blocked off. There must be 1 airspace somewhere in here, which then tells us these blocks go there. What's next? What is next? This guy, do we know anything about this particular column here? 1, 2, 3. There's 3 more blocks somewhere in this column. Where? Again, who knows? Oh, we do know something though. Let's say we put the blocks here, right? Then we have this open and that makes an airspace here, which forces the rest of these to be blocks. That's not okay because then this would be open and we can't have any soloed out individual zones off in corners. That's not allowed in the puzzle. Therefore, we can't have... That has to be a block? Can this be a block? No. That has to be a block as well. Can this be a block? Yes. Those can be blocks without issue. Cool. Anything similarly true around here? Any other corners that'll be blocked off if we don't do anything? Will this guy get blocked off somehow? I don't really see a way quite yet. One of these has to be open to allow him to escape out one direction. Well, that's not enough to really go off of yet. Down here, down here. So close to solving this particular spot here. Oh, we know that this can't be where it opens because then... I guess we could put it there, and that'd be okay. Yeah, okay, that's actually not bad. I mean, if we do this, then this gets blocked off like this, and we have to do that. Or, okay, well, we just know, sorry, here's the actual solution. We know that the airspace is somewhere in these three spaces, so the slime can get out. If it's there, he's blocked off, for example. Therefore, both of these are blocked off. That's open. You really make gradual progress here. You're really fighting for every single bit of information that you can here. That's kind of horrifying. Okay, let's say we have this blocked off. We have this open here. Then he goes out like that. That's not acceptable because then this one will hit the slime. Therefore, this has to be blocked off and he has to get out over here or over here. Interesting. Okay. What else does that tell us? I mean, that tells us... I don't know. But we're getting closer and closer. We are getting closer to solving this stuff. Okay, let's map out this top left thing again. If he goes out like this, then this is blocked off, and this goes there, and that's totally acceptable, I think. I don't really see a problem with that. If we do this, that's a problem. There won't be enough space left over for the 7 blocks to fill up this area. Therefore, he has to go up like this, and that forces this and this to be blocked off. Then you have to be open there. And then what is next? We're very close to solving this top left sector. If we put this here and we connect to the mine like that, the rest of these will be blocked, and that's not okay because then this guy gets stuck in his own little zone. Therefore, he has to go there. That's blocked off. We know those are blocked too because then he can has to get out one of these ways. And then what? I'm not sure yet. Okay, he goes out like this, and then he's connected. We just need to figure out if these are filled or not. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh! Those are filled because we have this row completed. Oops. This has to be open, and this has to be open. That's solved. So this bottom one and this top one over here are both solved. Excellent. Well, now we know that one of these has to be open. Or, where can the wall go? The wall can go there, the wall can go there without issue, I don't think. Yeah, that's not really solved yet. Anything known down here? No. No. Not known there either. Okay, actually, we know something here. So this is 6, and that tells us there's only going to be 4 empty spaces in this area. We know that this will be blocked off in some way to stop this slime from hitting this bomb, or vice versa. Therefore, he has to go down at some point. If the empty space is here, then there's no way for him to get out. Therefore, that's a wall. If the empty space is there, okay, he can get out if that's the case. If it's here, that's also not a problem. Okay. Is there anywhere else where it could be a problem? If we put it here and he goes up like this, that's a problem. There won't be enough space left over to fill up this row entirely with the blocks it needs. Therefore, that's also a block. Okay, great. So one of these is the spot where he goes down. Cool. Well, we know if there's only one more airspace in this particular column, then he's not going to be able to get to the monster through here. He has to have the airspace, because this will be blocked off in some way, right? He has to go down and around here. To do that, he has to go through here. Therefore, one of these is an airspace to allow for passage through. Therefore, this has to be the wall, because if this is the airspace, this is blocked off. That's solved now. What's next? If this is the... No, we're not at that point yet. Let's look up here then. What is going on in this top right section? I haven't really made any... I made some progress, but it doesn't feel like that much progress, at least not yet. This 6 feels important. If we have him go out this way, then this will be entirely blocked off. And that'll be open. But if we have... Okay, so what we have here is we have to choose this, or we have to choose this. If we do this, this is blocked off because of the 6 here. Is it? No, it's almost blocked off. We could do that without issue. And we do this without issue. Yeah, I think so. What are we doing here? We need to connect up like this somehow. So what's the next logical rule that gets us there? We do this, we block this off, this is all open. And if that's all open, I mean... Oh, that's a problem. Okay, if we have all this open, then that means these guys automatically put their blocks here, and that puts too many blocks in this column. Therefore, we can't have this be where the block is. This has to be open, that has to be closed. We go down like this, and we figure out the rest. Well, we know it can't be like that, because then we put the blocks here, and that's not good. So instead, let's go around like... Ooh, what do we do? Ooh. Am I getting this right? Fewer than 3 wrong so far, so I don't feel too bad about it yet. Yeah. No, nothing new revealed there. I mean, if we block this off, then this goes here, and then that goes there, and that's just too much. Therefore, that's open. We block this off. This is open, which is no good. I feel like I screwed up just a little bit somewhere. Still fewer than 3 wrong, though. Well, I feel like no matter what, these are filled. Just no ifs or buts or questions about it. That's also filled there. So now we know there's 2 spaces of opening here. Interesting. I think maybe it can't be this. That's just too many. Is there any way to do like this and this? No, that'll block it off. Then let's do this and revoke that. That feels wrong to me. I think this might be open. No, because then this gets blocked off like that. We're still doing okay. Okay, look, we'll have to just solve this and then work backwards to figure out exactly what went wrong. Maybe this is open. No, I don't think so. Let's revoke a lot of what happened down here. Yeah, no, something went amiss. Something went awry here. That's blocked. We're only 1 block away from solving this particular part of it. If we go back to this, then that would have to be open. This, and then probably this. We go like this, This is open, that, blocked, blocked, open, and then we have a little bit wrong here. We're still almost done with this. We just have this one with one too few, and this one with one too many. Is it just that? Oh, huge. Very grateful that worked out the way it did. Next level. Oh, what is this? It's 3 zones is what it is, and this has to be all blocks because we can't, there's no slime there, so there's no way to fulfill all the rules of the game. X and Y and Z. Y can be at most 3. X can be at most 3. Z can be at least 5. We know that Y is only going to get at most 3 of these guys here. We know it's at most 3 because the most that this Y can get is 3. Not even. If Y gets 3, then this Y is out of luck. I think the max that Y can be is 2. Because then like you get like this, and like this, and like X is also... Okay. Point is, the most that Y can be is 2. Yeah. X can be 2, Y can be 2. Nothing more. Z would have to be more. How many monsters do we have in each section? 6 plus 8 plus 11, which is 25 total? Yeah, 25. Then we have 4x, 5y, 5z. I'm not good enough at mental math to really figure out what all that means at this time. I can figure out that those are solved rows. Big congrats. Okay, well, one of these y's has to get this monster. One of these x's has to get this monster. There's no way that either of them are 0. Z has... So all of them are non-zero, which is good to know. I feel like it'll be 3, 2, 1, but you never know, you know? How close am I to solving some of these rows? This row is exactly one away from being solved, which I guess makes sense. Not particularly surprising, to be honest. This one is also one away from being solved. We can only block off one of these if we want to. We can only block off... There's a lot here to figure out, and a lot here that I need to navigate. And it's honestly not leaping to mind what I should do next. Let's look at these in more detail. The only one that can be 3 is Z. Y and X can both be at most 2, because all of them are non-zero. If Z is 3, that's 3 Z's, that's 9. If Y is 5, if Y is 2, that's 9 plus 10, which is 19. Then if X is 1, that's plus 4, 23. Let's swap them. X is 2, so 9 plus 8, 17, and then Y is 1. No, either way, it's 23 only. Is that the number we have? No, we have 25 of these guys. Then what is X? Is Z4? Is Z is 4. That's 12 total because of 3 Z's. Then let's say Y is 2 because it can only be up to 2. That's 12 plus 10. That's not going to work because there's too many X's for that. How about X is 2? 12 plus 8 and then Y. Okay. The only way this works is if Z is 4, that gets 12. If X is 2, that gets 20. And then if Y is 1, that gets 5. So let's figure out how Z can be 4. Z has to get at least that guy and at least this guy. In fact, has to get at least these two. Z has to get all of these guys. Z has to get at least each of those guys. Let's see. Y is 1, so we get that, and then X is like that. All that's filled. Y is 1 and X is 2. I don't think we can figure out this exact one quite yet, but nor this one exactly yet, but I'm sure there's some logical stuff we can figure out in the meantime. Yeah, I think there's flexibility here about how we approach this particular set, and same with this one. So if X is 2, then we know for a fact both of them have to get at least to this guy. Okay, great. Let's look at some of these. Oh, and X has to get at least this guy, which means that all this is solved here. Great. All this is solved. Let's just start doing the very generic Picross rules. Y can't get this guy because if he does, then he'd have to be blocked off there, which means that no, he could, because Z can still get that guy. Never mind, I lied. Oops. This is now solved, which solves all of this, and all of this, and all of this, and I guess tells us that, and that, and this, and that. Great. All of this is solved. Tells us that, tells us that, tells us that, tells us all of that, which is tremendous. All of this is solved. All of that is solved. Ooh, we are tantalizingly close. There we go. Just do the math sometimes. It'll tell you exactly what the numbers have to be. The variables have to be, I should say. What is this? What is this horror? What is this awful, awful beast you have created right here? What are we doing? What are we doing? Well, I guess we know one thing. Yeah, okay. So this is all about making sure that none of the rest of this huge area gets blocked off from accessing the slime. If we block it off like this, not exactly like that, then all of this would have to be blocked, which is just obviously not feasible. Therefore, we have to... Well, okay. We only have one available airspace and one available airspace in both of these rows. The rest will be blocks. If these don't line up, I guess this could be where it goes to. So we either have to do this and have it connect like that, or have like this and have it connect like that. Well, let's figure out what's going on here then. We know if there's only one more airspace here. Take a look at this. Oh, I'm sorry. We already know this column. My bad. Oops. I should have noticed that like way earlier. Which means we know all of these. Oh, this is actually not as bad as I thought it would be. At least not yet. Guess we'll see. This can't be filled because if it is, then... Oh, this one is just solved. Oh, they're giving us a nice little just regular treat. A nice little just, hopefully, easy solve here. Getting close, getting close. We know that's blocked off there, so we have to find a way to connect like this somehow. We can't do it here because then that would create not enough space for like the rest of the blocks. We do it there. Maybe can we do it here? Maybe. We can't have this exposed because then all of this would have to be filled and that's not going to work. Boom. Nope. 2. That could theoretically work, so we'll leave that open for now. What else are we even looking at here as things we have to work out? Well, we can't have this all blocked off with this here, so that's blocked off, and therefore that's blocked off. And we really only have one block left to place. If we have this be open air, and then that's blocked off, nope, that's not going to work, so this has to be blocked off. No, what? No, we can't have this be here, because then... Wait, I'm explaining this badly, but I think if we have this here, then this has to be open, which blocks off all of this, which creates no way for the two zones to connect. Same thing happens up here, or if we put this here. Therefore, that has to be the block, this has to be the opening. All of this is now solved. Where are the 3 spaces in this particular spot here? I mean, just mathematically, I feel like we can't have this be open air, because then this gets blocked off like that, and we have 2 zones we have to connect, which is not going to work with only one opening up here. Therefore, this has to be a block. Does anything else similar happen anywhere else? I think... 1, 2, 3. Can we have the corner blocked? Can we have like the edge blocked off like that? I think so. Oh, this is tricky. Well. Well. Anything else that we absolutely have to know? I mean, if we... I feel like we can pretty safely deduce that we're going to have at least a couple openings like this here. Honestly, where do the blocks even go in this particular section? I feel like we have to put... We only get 1 block placement here. If we do that, that's not really going to work, is it? No, that's not going to work. Yeah, so this has to be blocked off. Where can the airspace here go? Yeah, that could probably work. Could this work? No, because then that just leads right into a dead end if we do this. Therefore, that's blocked off as well. So one of these two. Meanwhile, I feel like it's gotta be this, because we can't have 2 distinct sections here. Because then how do you get access both, right? I feel like it has to go there. Then pulling around in the dark here. Does that work? Ugh. Not sure it does. Am I doing the right thing? Yeah, I'm most of the way there. 5, 4. If we block this off, then we have... Oh no, we're not. We're 2 away from solving that particular spot. I'm having difficulty like wrapping my head around. Oh. Oh no, this one's been solved for a hot second. Oh, what am I doing? No, it's not been solved. What? We can't do this here, because then yeah, we need to have an opening here. If we do this, then that's how it goes, which is not going to work. Therefore, that's blocked off. If we do this, sorry, if we do this, blocked, 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 it's totally isolated, that's not going to work. That has to be a wall. If we do this, one of these two, I guess one major question is, we have to have 2 more air spaces in here somewhere. If we do it here, this gets blocked off. We could go like this. That's okay. Let me just map out what happens if we do all of this. There we go, perfect. My intuition was guiding me there, nice. Next up, question marks out the wazoo. Oh no. Oh no, this one looks awful, this one looks scary. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay, are there any monsters that only a certain bomb can get? Any at all? I'm looking around and the answer appears to be no. That's a lie. If we have this guy get him, there's not enough room for the leftover walls here. Therefore, you have to get him. No, you could get him. You could get him, couldn't you? Well, that means that these both have to be open, because if we put the wall here, these bombs will collide. So that's open there. The next thing we know... What is the next thing we know? Well, if A gets all of these guys, that's impossible. A can't have this, because then this would have to be at least 4, and there's not enough room for 4 there. I'm pretty sure A actually has to be 1 in this case, because then that goes there, and B gets all of these guys. No. Okay, well we know A can't get that. That's just confirmed. So that's a wall there. And then this is open because there's only 1 more wall, and it has to be used to stop these bombs from hitting those from each other. These bombs could hit these monsters here. Could be fun. Who knows? You're a wall there. I should have gotten you way earlier. The slime has to be protected at all costs. If X gets these guys, 1, 2, 3, 4, yep, that's feasible. How about if Y gets these guys? There is no Y variable in the nonogram spaces, so then it wouldn't really matter. Let's say X gets these guys, wall, then there has to be 1, 2, 3, 4 walls here. That's not going to work because Y gets blocked off. Therefore, Y has to get them, and X is blocked off like that. So then what? Does that mean that, I guess A could be 2. Let's keep looking around. X is some indeterminate number at this point. Do we have anything else solved as a result of that tomfoolery? That has to be open because there has to be a blocked space somewhere in here, which means B is either 3. Well, B has to get this guy, so therefore B is in fact 3. Which tells us... Yeah, if that's the case, I guess A could be... Yeah, who can get this guy except for B? No one. B has to get him. And there has to be a wall. Yeah, I think that all tracks. Therefore, A is 1, that's blocked off. And who can get this guy? No one except for X. Which means Y has to get at least 1 more to stop X and Y from being the same value. Meanwhile, X is 1, 2, 3, 4. No, that's not going to work though. I think I screwed up somewhere. Yeah, I screwed up somewhere really bad. Let's reset that one and come back to it later. Okay, we got lots of weird stuff going on here. Lots of weird stuff going on here. This is solved. Just that's one thing that we already know. It's only the one slime. It's only the one slime. Is this the penultimate level? It is. Oh, that's very scary. This might be like a final challenge kind of vibe. Okay. Well, we know X can be... X has to be at least 2. There's no way for X not to be 2, because we have to have at least one block here and one block here to stop these two bombs from colliding, and that's in the X column. Therefore, X has to get that guy, because there's no way to get 2 with X without getting that guy. You're a wall, by the way. Is there any hint on how much Y can or has to be? Oh, well, we know A, or X and Y can't be 3, because A is 3. So Y has to be... They're basically doing 2 and 1. Yeah, the most that Y can be is 3, and A is already 3. So Y has to be 2 or 1. Same with X. X has to be 2 or 1. Let's do some logicking out. If X is 2, Y can be 1 still. Yeah, that works. If X is 1, boom, boom, Y gets those two, Y gets these two, X gets that guy. No, we can't have X be 1. I don't think, at least. If X is only 1, then Y gets these two, Y gets those two. Yeah, there's not enough left over for this Y to get another monster. Therefore, X has to be 2. And if X is 2, he has to get this guy here, because this guy wouldn't be able to get both of them if Y is only equal to 1. Interesting. So then you have to get him, and you're blocked off from those two. You have to get him for sure. And the rest shall be revealed with time. If we know X is 2, though, and we know that these two are going to be where the walls are, that's all exposed like that. If we know A is 3, then we know basically nothing. That's all solved. That's a big reveal, though, by the way. That's a lot to know now. Well, is there any way to learn more about this situation over here? I don't think so. What else do we know here? 1, 2. Yeah, we know that this is all open because there has to be one wall between each of these bombs, and that's where they're going to be. I mean, looking back at this top left section over here, that has to be a wall, just unequivocally, to stop those guys from colliding. Oh, we're so close to solving this 11 row, too. Nice. Euro wall, Euro wall. I should have caught you way earlier. Yeah, you guys are walls. What else can we or ought we to know at this time? With 4 here, that's not enough to go off of. It does mean that this is feasible, but we'll see if that's really what we want to do here. I mean, if we do this, then this and this and this and this all to be blocked off. That solves this row. That makes all of this open, forcing things there. Is that feasible? I guess it is. That's not really a problem. Oh, you know what is a problem, though? we have to have one wall somewhere in here to stop these two bombs from across the river from hitting each other. If we have this, that's not going to fly. This will all be empty and they'll collide. Therefore, one of these two has to get this guy, and this guy is getting one of these guys. Either way, that's blocked off. So let's figure it out. Oh, here's something interesting though. We can't have... If we do this, then you have to get him and you have to get him. But that's not going to work, because that leaves not enough room for this to be 11. It would only be 10 in that row. Therefore, you can't get him. You have to get him. Blocked. You get him. You get him. Blocked. Blocked. This is all walled off, so you have to be open to prevent this section from being walled off from the rest of it. And we're getting ever closer to solving the rest of it. Nice. Any other monster rules here? I don't think so. I think we got that. Oh wait, no. This row is solved. That's just solved. Nice. Does that do anything for the rest of the puzzle? Maybe not, but this is getting interesting. Next up, 11. No. Are you solved? Oh, you're also solved. Didn't catch it earlier. Is anyone else here secretly solved and just kind of hiding themselves from me? Okay, well, we know that this guy has to connect with this group somehow. We can't have this be entirely blocked off. So one of these is air. That uses our last available empty space in this column, forcing the rest of these to be blocks. Which then tells us one of these has to be open air to allow this guy to get through. It means the rest of these are blocks. What else do we know as a result of all that shenanigans? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's good progress, though. That feels like substantial work towards our goal. You just have to be open. I don't know why I didn't clock you earlier. You simply must be open. Okay. I feel like looking at this section here, there's probably something else that we can decipher. Maybe. Just maybe. Just maybe. How many tiles are down here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 open tiles down here. 1 tile already used over here. Let's look over here and see if we can't figure out anything more about this section. I'm not seeing anything that's electrifying me. Ooh, what do we do next? What is our next move? Okay, let's reassess what we have on the board right now. We know that there's going to be 1 block in here, 1 block in there, so 2 blocks there, which figures out and solves X. A is 3. I don't think it really tells us anything at this time. What else do we or ought we to know? There's 2 in there. There's 2 in here. This column's already solved though, so literally who cares? There's 2 in here. Again, a lot of this is already solved though, so not really big revelations here. I guess you can figure out how many are open in this question mark row here. Okay, if this is 88 in total, And we know that this is 99 plus x, which is 2. That's 101. And this is 88 plus a, which is 3. Wait, sorry. 99 plus 2, 101. 88 plus 3, 91. Plus question mark. This question mark row is going to have 10 blocks in it, which means we have nearly solved it because we know that it has to be open on both sides because there's going to be empty spaces somewhere in this section, and the only way to connect them up is to go through this this canal there. Therefore, that's all solved like that. This is open. This is all open. That's solved like that. That's all open. That's an explosion of activity. Let's see what else we can know at this time. Sorry, my throat's itching a little. Hopefully I'll live. What do we know next? I think very hard and nothing comes out. Such is the life of an idiot. I wonder. 1, 2, 3. Oh, interesting. Only one of these, if either, is blocked off on this side. Okay, good. Not good, but like, interesting. What's the next item in the chain of logic here? Are there any solved rows that I'm just not acknowledging right now? No. We've got more work to do. If we... There's probably something to figure out over here on this side. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Would we block off all of these? Why would we want to? Equally valid question. How about up here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, that's so interesting. Okay, we know that this guy only has room for one more block in its column. This guy also has only room for one more block in its column. We gotta block off both of these guys, so we're gonna have this and this, or this and this. Either way, the rest of this is totally, like, empty and just solved. Interesting, okay. Now, what does that tell us? Hopefully a tremendous amount. I feel like we're learning a lot. How about here? 2, 1, 2. We can't have that blocked off like that. Okay, cool. We can't have this either. Okay. Doesn't really tell us much, but we'll be okay. With that though, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We only get 2 more airspaces in this particular spot. Like, we can't block off this entirely. That'd be rude and uncalled for. But I'm not sure what else to do. Oh, I've just remembered again. One of these will be totally blocked off because we use one airspace there, and then only have one left over. So this either goes here or here, blocking off the other one. Let's figure out the implications of either of those strategies. I mean, looking back at this, there's no way to really know where the empty airspace has to be around here. We know there has to be one, like, around here. Is there anywhere it couldn't be up here? Like, could it be there, then it goes there. What about this guy? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's only 2 spaces left. Oh, it's just like 13. There's going to be one. No, there's going to be exactly. Wait, no. I can do that without issue. That's not really a problem. If we have it here, goes up, goes down, not really a problem. What if we do this? Actually, wait a second. If we do this, 1, 2, then both of these have to be blocked because that solves this guy here. Meaning you have to be open. Is there any way, looking at this in more detail, that this is not blocked off here? Can we do... Yes, that's except... No, it's not, because then if we do this... Oh, interesting. If we put this guy here and put this like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that solves this column, which means no matter what, we're blocking off this guy somewhere here, because there has to be one more block somewhere in these 3 spaces. This guy gets stuck in the corner. Okay. Which I think means we can't put this guy here. He has to go there. Which then tells us that, which tells us this, which tells us, what else do we know as a result? A lot, hopefully. Ooh. Go down. Well, either way, that is progress. Progress is always the best possible thing to make. And I'm still on track to be doing it correctly. Nice. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. How about over here? That's empty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And there's one already put here. So we'll soon be getting to the point. How many more empty spaces in this column? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Only 2 more empty spaces. And they can't both be here. Because if we have this, then all of this gets blocked off, and then the empty spaces in this area over here can't be accessed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do we know for a fact if it's up here or over here that's blocked off? I don't know. Well, let's check other areas. This whole section here, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we're almost solved here, for example. How close are we to solving some of these columns here? There's one more somewhere in here, probably. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And all these are open, which does not seem feasible to me. That does not seem likely at all. So then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, one of these is blocked off. That sounds pretty good to me too. Well, we'll just have to keep looking around and experimenting. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, right, we have this over here where, oh, we know that these are each only 1, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's at least 1 empty space up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We do not know for a fact there's an empty space up here. Either way, we know that that is like that. Therefore, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's only 1 more empty space in this particular column. And we know for a fact there's empty space somewhere in this upper area. How do we get there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, most of this is empty actually. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so most of the stuff here is somehow empty. Okay. I mean, do we know that there's empty space up here and down here? 1, 2, 3. As in, do we know for a fact that this and this are blocked off in a certain way? I don't think so. I'm explaining myself badly here, but basically, if we have like a guy here, for example, it makes sense to have connect through there, and here connect through there, which would tell us where a potential blockage is. And we have both of these. No, there's only one more empty space in this column, so we can't have both of those be blocks. But one of them is a block, and most of these. Okay, let's do some quick deduction. If this is the empty space, then the rest of these are blocks, which would block it off from ever being accessed. Not acceptable. Here, that's a space, block it off, not acceptable. Both of those are filled in. Do we know for a fact there's empty spaces down here? 1, 2. We know that there's 6 empty spaces in this column. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, we do. There's something over here. That has to be open. The rest of these are blocked. Great. Open, open. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Only one more block in this section. The 2 more blocks in this section. Well, what's next? We know there has to be at least one opening here and or there. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 used blocks in this column. That means there's 4 more blocks to use. Let's come back to that. Oh, this feels so tantalizingly close to being just unraveled and solved. We have only but a few little spaces left. Okay, going back to an earlier time to see if I can logic my way towards like a more correct solution from like an earlier step. This has to go like this. This has to be uneven in some way. Like, cause this up here is 8. And then this over here also has to be uneven because it's only 7. Maybe it's the unevenness that's wrong. Maybe it's like, is there even anything I could change up here that would like fix those? Like this row, this column, and this column, do they interact anywhere? No. Oh, wait. We could hypothetically swap those. What impact would that have? That would change it so it's even and... Oh, interesting. Or have 2 on this side. Was there a reason that I blocked off like that? Why did I have it like that initially? So it's probably a good reason, but I'm going to go ahead and try like this to see, just in case this earlier thing was in fact wrong, because, like, that'd be really annoying if that was the reason why I was screwing up the entire time. Okay. We know can't have both of those, so there's this. We know we can't have both of those. There's 3 more to solve. We don't know exactly where they go yet, but that's on the plate. We could do this, I guess. Why would we do that? I don't know. At least, I don't know yet. Now with this situation, we could block off like this, but that's no good. We could block off like this, but that's no good. So we need to have 1 and 1 something. We just can't have that. That has to be open. We can't have. We could have that actually. So 1, 2. There's 2 more left in that row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I could do that. That's functional, I think. But not necessarily correct, just functional. Okay, let's do some more, some checking of these 13s then with this new arrangement. If we do this, we have to go like that, which totally works. Like this, which does not work. Like this, which probably won't work. Okay. Point is, that is still functional. If we go like this, that won't work. So that's still marked like that. If we go here, that would work. No reason to do that, and that wouldn't work. I need to get rid of this. Oops. And that wouldn't, there's no reason that wouldn't really work, but no reason really to do it. Yeah, that works. I mean, is there really any world where this is empty up here? Like, regardless of where it goes, we put this here, then there's like 2 spaces like this, right? And then we have to go up and then connect this, which then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which I guess could work, but that seems like a big waste. Hmm. Hmm. I guess. Oh, there's only 1 more block in this particular section? So then what if I do this? Hmm? That technically works, I think. Only 1 more block, though? Ugh. Any new information about what's going on over here? 1, 2, so there's 1 more here. Stuff going on over here. How about this? We could do this and then have like that. That seems unproblematic. Am I doing okay? Okay, I'm still correct. Let's see. We go up here. Actually, let's check that down here. Did I ever check this? We go like this, then it's 1 more, and then we do. Well, this has to be open, which then forces this. Then forces this and this and this, this, and this and this and this. And does that cause any problems anywhere? It'll look like that. Forces us to go up. Forces this. Which, hey, okay, then we're looking at this. We're looking at this. Ah, now that's a problem. That's a problem too. I didn't need to do all that. I could just looked at this and seen that was a problem. um, okay, so we just know through brute force that it has to be like this. I'm getting a sneaking suspicion that we're just ending up back where we began, where it's like, oh yeah, we have to go up through the top of these. I mean, let me just see if that... Actually, this looks pretty nice. I kind of like the symmetry here. Would it be bad if I just kind of tried a couple things here? Let's try you. You're blocked. Actually, we don't know anything about you yet. Okay, I mean, if we try this, what do we know if we have this arrangement? This? And then what? Oh, you're open here, which then means... Oh, that's new. That's interesting. Okay, you're open. You're open. You're open. You're open. How far am I? Oh, fewer than 3 wrong, but this is very workable. Okay, where's the incorrect ones? There's one missing somewhere along here. There's enough here. That's correct. That's correct. Correct. That's correct. That's correct. Is this correct one? Yeah, that's correct too. Yep. Looks good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, looks good. Also looks good. Then where's the wrong part? Here it is. Ah. One too many in this particular spot. So we need to find a way to transpose. Oh, is it just... Oh, thank you. Thank you for finally being solved. I am done with that nasty level. Oh, but we got a few we gotta go back to and solve. This one here. Resetting again just to get a fresh perspective on things. I previously was saying that you can't get him, and I still agree. You can't get him. Therefore, you have to get those 2 guys. Then with that, there's 3 over here. We can't... We could block off both sides, I guess, but he can't get this guy, for sure. Therefore, you have to get him. Nice. And then what does that tell us about the rest of the puzzle? There's a block there. That's good to know. There's other little guys just hanging about. We're blocked off here somewhere. If we do this, all this gets exposed, which doesn't really feel right, to be honest. Like, I have no reason to know that the block is here, but like, it being here and then all this blocked off, like, you'd have to go there, then up like this. Wait. If we do this, all this is exposed. This goes here, has to go there. I mean, I think the fastest way to handle that is just to kind of do this. No? Okay, no matter where this block goes, if this block goes here, I guess we could do this and have it go like that, but that seems woefully inefficient. If this block is here, then this one definitely goes up like that. If this one goes here, I guess we could have this guy go up like this instead. Huh. Can we have this? Okay, sure. Can we have this? If we put this guy here, then put him here, You have to go there. You have to go up. We have this, which is absolutely no good. So therefore, you have to be open. You can't go there. Okay, cool. That tells us you need to be blocked from hitting this guy somehow. Can we put you here? If we put you there, then you can hit him, or you can go here. And that seems fine. Okay, heard. Then can we put you here? Go up like this. I mean, I guess, yeah. Oh, wait, no, that's not okay. Oh, wait, no, it is. Never mind. Oops. Yeah, okay, okay, okay. Yeah, that's okay. But probably not the solution. Again, we just have to see. And we put you here with that issue. Yeah, of course we can. I don't know why I thought we couldn't. Question marks and monsters. I kind of hate this. This is not going particularly well. I miss the puzzles. I mean, all we have left in the game now are the few puzzles that I really couldn't handle the first time I met them. I miss the puzzles where you could solve them on first glance. Not first glance, but first pass. Now I'm stuck with some really, really challenging ones. We'll just have to see how this goes. I mean, I do hope. I'm sure there's something profoundly obvious I'm just missing. Okay, we know there's at least one block here. Potentially two blocks, but probably not. If we have one block here, there has to be a block here or a block here. What happens if the block is here? You have to get him. You're blocked on both sides. Who knows what else? What happens if you go here? Go there. There's three up here. And not a lot of new information is learned. Okay. No biggie then. Let's look at possible locations where we put the empty space in this column. Put the empty space here. We... Can we put the empty space here? No. We've previously established that's a bad idea. Because we're going to end up with a block here, and then it goes like this. So I think we can pretty safely say, based on the prior attempts, that's not good. Just be safe. Let's check hints. Okay, fewer than 3 still. I've only placed 1 block, so I guess that makes sense. Is that good enough logic, though? I mean, we do this. No, we can't put that there. That has to be a block. Which we've known for a hot second. I don't know why I said that as if it was some sort of dramatic reveal. Like, no, we've known that. Let's say we in fact do that. Well, then we have this, and then all of this gets blocked off. And all of this gets blocked off too. Oh, wait, no, sorry. If we do this... Oh, that's interesting, actually. If we put this block here, we put those there, this has to get blocked off. That's not okay. Therefore, you have to be open. If we put you there, we have to have at least 1 block over here. Maybe we do this too? Either way, that is open now, which is a good thing to know. We do this. What's wrong with that? Nothing, I think. Well, if we do this, then we block off like this. And then we have to have... Well, that's not going to work. If we block off here, then we have to have an opening here and block this off, or an opening here and block that off. So that's not acceptable. This has to be blocked off there, and that has to go there. Okay, great, that's progress. Same logic applies here. If we do this, that's bad, therefore you're blocked. If we do this, same logic applies, therefore you're blocked off. Which actually solves a lot for us. Okay, great. A revelation comes into play. You're blocked off here. You're blocked off there. I don't know what comes next. If you're blocked off here, then we do this, and this, and this. That's not going to work. You have to be a block. If we do this... Okay, now this is getting acceptable. Okay, anyway, we're close to solving this column, close to solving this row. What else are we doing here? 2, 3, 6. I feel like we can solve this row. Close to, at least. We're only one way from solving this row. I want to solve it. I want to get through it. Okay, what's up if we do this? Let's start looking at other options for, like, locations for these things. If we put the empty space here, all of this gets blocked off, and all of this gets blocked off. Which is probably acceptable. But again, no reason to know that for sure at this moment. If we do this, this all gets blocked off. You get blocked there. Okay, well, we know there has to be one open space somewhere in here and one open space somewhere in here so that this doesn't get blocked off, nor this gets blocked off. I think there's like a vulnerability here, perhaps. If we put this guy here, then all this has to be open. Then all this has to be closed off. Does that tell us anything important about this puzzle? I don't think so. I mean, can the one block be here? Yeah, without issue. Can the one block be here? No. If the one block is there, then we end up with a split half. Therefore, this has to be open. With that same... Ooh, we're very close to hitting this guy with that guy. Can we put the one block here? Yeah, that works. He can escape. What else ought we to know about this one section here? Put this here, those all expand, sure. What happens if this guy gets him? Right? What if we just kind of assume, not assume, but test that? We put two guys here, and that's not very exciting. Nothing really showed itself to me as like, yep, that is part of the solution now. What if we put the one here? Then this has to be blocked out, that has to be blocked off. Therefore, that's also a block. This can't be open because then we end up with this situation. Therefore, that's a block. What if we do this? Can this be blocked off? No. This has to also be a block. Can we have... Oh, I'm doing that wrong. Here it makes sense. Yeah, this is correct. This, we have this and this. So that's correct. But this was just incorrect. I shouldn't have been saying that there. If this is the one spot, then we have this blocked off and this blocked off somehow. You have to go there or you have to go there. Okay. Any other spaces which have to be blocks or have to be openings? Oh, this is also for sure a block. We're filling this up pretty effectively. We just need to figure out where the opening will be. Up here or over here? We're now getting to the point where we have... Can we block this guy off at all? No, he'll be okay. Can we block this off? Yeah, he can get that. He can get out through there. If we put this here... I mean, let's be real. Odds are we're going to have to go down like this at some point. But I don't know. We'll just have to see. Like, this feels almost inevitable to me. But we got a lot more puzzle to figure out. We put you here. Not really a problem. We put you there. There has to be one opening in each place here. Where it is? Oh, we'll have to find out. Can this be the open spot? Yeah, of course it can. Why couldn't it be? Can this be it? Yep. Can this be it? Yeah, I think so. If this is it, that gets blocked off and blocked off somewhere over there, but not really a problem otherwise. And if this is the one spot, if that is open at least, or if this is blocked off, then all this is open. Oh no, that wouldn't work. If we put a block here, all this has to be open. Which then tells us have to be blocks here. Which then tells us... Wait, is that wrong? Put a block here. All this is revealed. We then have to block off these two. And then, with that knowledge, we can no longer block off both of these. Therefore, at least one of these horizontally will be true. Oh wait, no, that tells us this. And then we have to do that, and then we have to do this and this, which tells us something is blocked over here, so that's open, and then all of this is revealed. Ooh, I don't know if this is right. Doesn't necessarily feel right, but I mean, we could just kind of test it and see where it goes. All of you. Is this even close? No, we're far off. We're far off the mark. And fair enough, we were just basically guessing there. Back to here. Back to basics. Yeah, okay. That's roughly where I think we were. I am struggling here. I mean, evidently, right? What is the next move? Okay, let's go back to here. We for sure need to have that open. And this? Wait. Do I have this just solved? Have I had this just solved for a hot second? Wait, where did this come from? Okay, we know that for sure. I mean, if we do this like that, this probably like this, and then like that goes there, we block off to some capacity, but there's no reason to believe any of that. Yeah, I think I just had this as a leftover from something else. And if we do this, and all this gets blocked, this goes there, and who knows. If we do... Okay, let's test this. We do this. We put both of these here. That's the whole thought. We don't know anything more beyond that. Cool. We could pretty easily block this off on both sides from being hit. We also can allow this to happen. What are the implications if this happens? Blocked. You have to go out. No, you don't have to go out like that. I lied. Are there any more meaningful implications? All of this is open, which then reveals this, which then tells us this, which is definitely wrong, because we can't have all of this. Okay, great. Now to just reset to where I had it. This game could definitely do with an undo button, though I guess it is just a little bit antithetical to what its whole thing is. So what I just tested this. Okay, we can't do that. That's not gonna happen. What happens if we do this instead? Here, sorry. Let me just reset again. If we instead do this, then wait, this blocked off. What is this guy always doing here? I always just forget to undo him. That's my problem. That's my problem. Him. We do this. We then block off like that. All this gets revealed. We know those two have to be where it goes, which then. Wait, was that a problem? We do this. We do that. We then. Yeah, that's a problem. That's a problem. That's a problem. That's a problem. Okay, so we know that you aren't attacking from above. Great. That's really all we learned from that exercise, but still valuable nonetheless. If we know you're not going from above, then what do we know? We know going to be at least one in here. Could still be one in here. Is there a problem with having you go like this? Boom, boom. Seems pretty normal so far. Okay, different counterfactual. Let's try this. Block off there. You have to put one there. We're blocking off. Yeah, we do this. And then what does that tell us? Nothing particularly interesting. The world becomes small once more. And get rid of you. I mean, can we do you? If we do you, we go all the way down like this. If we have this as part of our solution, then you're blocked here, which means that you have to get her. Like this. Block there as well, which solves that for us. Which then tells us this. Which then tells us that. Ooh. Are we getting somewhere? Oh, this feels like a guess though, but I mean, I'll just ride it out to the end, see what happens. If we put... What do we do? If we put you here, then that's all blocked off, which is fine. Is that wrong? Fewer than 3 wrong! Oh, we're on the right track then. Oh no. Not oh no, but like... Yeah. Okay, let's take a look at 3 here, and 3 in here somewhere. Interesting. If we put 1 here, is there any combination of the 3 that allows us to go through here? Nope, this is blocked up because there's 3 here and 3 here to some capacity. Therefore, we have to use the 3 and the 1 here to get around instead. If we do this, blocked. If we do this, potentially open. If we do... Is there any way to get around? No. So this has to be open. We can't have the 1 block there. Or we can't have this here. This has to be open. We have the block here. No. No. I mean, basically, so long as... No, this has to be open as well, and that as well for the same reason. Then we can do this or this. Therefore, put 1 extra block there. And what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? Well, either way, the empty block is here or here. So... Is it? Yeah, we have to have an access point somewhere in here, and there has to be an access point somewhere in here. So that's blocked off too. That's blocked off. This could be like that. This could be a double up, in fact, which could be very fun. Could it be here? Yes, it could. Could it be here? Yes, it could. How about over here? Could it be here? No, this has to be open, because if this is here, then there's at least one empty space that gets stuck behind in this room. That's open, which then tells us like that. Like that. Has to be there, so that, this, that, and I'm just saying that, this, but like, stick with me here. Huge! Oh, finally. Ooh. Move on to the next one. Ah, this monstrous level. Okay, I believe I had figured out exactly how much each of these had to be. Is Y3 or is X3? No. I think X is 3. Yeah, so 3 times 2 is 6, plus 2 times 4 is 8, 14. 3 times 4 is 12, times 2 plus 2 times 2 is 4, is 16. X is 3, Y is 2. If X is 3, then X has a lot of options here, and there, and there. If Y is 2, where are the spots where Y has few options? Evidently one here. Cool. Y has to get this guy or this guy. Maybe those two, but... Yeah, X has to get that guy too. Cool. Well, let's look at these nonograms and see if there's any clues here. We can only block off one. We can block off him, which we're not... Which I guess we could do, actually. We can block off you, which is also fine. We can block off you, which is also, I think, fine. If we block off you, then you're, because of this 2 here, you're getting... Oh no, we can't do it here. If we do it here, then all this is revealed, and X hits this guy, which is not going to work, because Y has to hit both of them in order to be equal to 2. Therefore, that's open, Y gets him. If we put it... Can we have all these be open? Will it be an inconsequential spot? Probably not, no. No, okay, we can't have it, like here, for example. If we do, X gets him, Y gets him, X gets this guy, but Y we already know is going to get that guy. Therefore, X has to get 2 more besides him. There's only one available because Y and X are blocking him in on the sides. Therefore, this is open, this is open. Anything that honestly reveals all 3 of these is the problem. So we just need to figure out what's optimal. Doing this, this, this. We do this. If we do this, boom, boom, that's not going to work. X has to get that guy. And then there's a wall there because he can't get the second one. We do this. X is in the clear. We do this. X is also in the clear. What exactly happens actually? He gets these two, y gets these two. This y gets that one, this x gets these two. Okay, that all works pretty well. If we do this, what happens? Y and y split one of these, x gets that guy, and this guy. Y gets him and him, y gets him and him, x get... Ooh, that's not gonna work. Because then y has to get one of these, y has to get one of these because no one else can. But then there's an extra one left over here. This y can't handle it. Yeah, okay. 1-1. You get him and him. You get him. You get those two. And then who gets him? Who gets him? I guess y could get those two guys. And those two guys. I guess y could get him. Then you get those two. No, I don't think it works. I think that we are forced to instead have y go here, get these two. We'll see if it works in a second, I guess. I mean, all of this. That. And you, which forces you to get both of those guys. Boom, 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 and there's one in there too. I think that's how it all works out. Let me just close up shop here in the top section before I extend down to the bottom. Okay, there's some more clues about... Oh, yeah. Let me clean this up first. Sorry. Okay, I think we're good there. Very similar thing here. We have to figure out which of these are going to be blocked off. If we do all of these, if we just let all of them rock, is there a problem? You get him and him. I don't really. Oh, there's a problem. Okay. Okay, yeah. If we do this, then this guy has to get one more. Can't get him, so he gets him. Therefore, this guy gets either these two. Yeah, I guess he just gets those two. Then you get these two. You get him, you get him, you get him. That all works. That's arbitrarily handled, but it works. The point is, though, that it does, in fact, work to some capacity. Let's go ahead and put this back in. If... So then, if we do block off access to a certain one, if we block off access to this guy, he gets those two. Then you have to get him and him, which then forces you to get that guy, you to get him and him. And I think that all works out, no? I'm having a lot more trouble with this particular spot. Because I hadn't yet done all of the bookkeeping up here. Oops. You're blocked there. Sorry, buddy. You're also solved here. I should have clocked that earlier. And here. I missed a lot. Whoa. Oops. You don't get that guy. You don't get this guy. You need to get someone else, and it's not going to be him. So you need to get him, which blocks off that. Which solves that. No. You're done. All of this is figured out. So you're blocked there. What else are we looking at here? You have to get him, and you have to get him to stay afloat. And then you need to get him and him. And now let's just tie up the loose ends. Like that. Ooh, getting close, getting close. Tantalizing, tantalizing. Will it be perfect? One way to find out, I suppose. You need to be stopped there. You, where else? Where else? Where else? You need to be stopped there. So you're solved like that. Which then solves all of this. And then finally, boom, 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 in the corners. Please, thank you. We got one last puzzle. One last one before the final level, which I hope is a fun little credits situation, not an actual level. I mean, I guess we just kind of have to restart again. Let's see if we can't. I'm not gonna make any assumptions about these guys here. Ugh. Okay, we've tried A being 1 and being blocked off like there. We tried. What have we tried? I mean, perhaps. Maybe X is like a really high value. Like, if this is 17 and this is 29, and X, this is like 17 plus 2X plus question marks. Unless the question marks vary like dramatically between the two sets, the difference maker would be X and A. We just don't know how much X or the question marks vary, right? But we could theoretically have X be up to like, I don't know, 8. And that'd be pretty important in making the difference, I think. Well, either way, let's jump into this. You're blocked. You're both open. Whoever gets you guys also gets you guys. Which, again, let's say X is equal to 4, right? Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. That's not going to work. X cannot get all of these guys. Therefore, Y has to get those guys. But that does not mean we're now locked in some low X value. It does mean there's blocks somewhere in here to stop these question marks from hitting these guys, but again, problems for another time. Is Y 4? I don't think Y is necessarily 4. Anyway, down to here. A cannot be 4 because of all of this. Therefore, the only one who can get this guy here is B. B has to get that guy. B is now 3. B and Y cannot both be 3. That's a fun problem. I guess we'll figure out how to solve that soon. Hopefully soon. Notably, we can't block off both here because then these bombs will collide. One of these has to keep going in, going further, going into here. If we have A go up, so A can't be 3, but A... Can A be 2? No, A cannot be 2. A can be 1 in either direction. But A cannot be 2. At least not with the current setup. How much could X be? I mean, X can't be 5. We could have Could X be 4? No, X can't be 4 because then who's going to get this guy and this guy here? X could be 3 or could be 2 though. Could X be 3? If X is 3, then one of these guys on the side here, these ones that only the B and the Y can hit, is going to be out of luck. Yeah, okay. So X can't be 3 either. X has to be 2 or 1, which means that no matter what, A and X are not getting these guys, because to get those guys, they would have to be at least 3. Therefore, all of these guys are gotten. That's the whole thought for the time being, but exciting nonetheless. That's a good piece of progress to make. Could X be 2? If X is 2, he gets these 2 guys. Blocks off, like, here and here, for example. Then A could be 1 and B could be 4, just for fun. Okay, I think X could be 2. Could X be only 1? If X is only 1, then no. X has to be exactly 2. Because if X is only 1, then there's only one block here, and one of these two, A or X, will hit the middle here. Therefore, X has to be 2. You're exposed here. A gets that guy, I guess. And that's the first part of the solution. Cool. We now have a bunch of random leads to work off of. Let's make sure we're on the right pace. Less than 3 sounds great. Okay. We now know... What do we know now? We know that one of these question marks is getting both of these monsters here, leaving the other question mark out to dry. Either way, whether it's this guy who gets it or this guy gets it, this guy is not getting this monster. Therefore, this guy has to get this monster. And you're not getting him either. Cool. So what now? What now? What now? Now. I feel like we're getting closer, closer, closer. We're only one away from solving this column and this row. Exciting stuff. We know there has to be at least one wall on the way here. Because the 2 bombs. And one wall in the way here because the 2 bombs. Anything else worth knowing, worth spewing about this particular spot? Let's talk about this now, though. What's up with our okay, we know A is 1 and X is 2. So we know 17 plus 2x. X is 2, so that's plus 4. That's 21. 21 plus the question marks. This is 29 plus 2a. A is 1, so it's 31 plus the question marks. There is a 10 block differential between the 2 question marks. We can only have, I think, like this, like a 5 here. So we need to have at least 10 blocks in these spaces here. And that's kind of a lot. Yeah, 10 blocks is nothing to scoff at. I mean, that'd be basically almost all of them. This one is inconsequential. it would only be 2 that weren't present in these 12 blocks. Can we figure out where the gaps are? I'm doing the math right? 21, 31, and a gap of 10. Yeah, wow. Hmm. Well, I guess that means that we can not assume, but it's reasonable to believe that, for example, we'll have both of these blocked off, both of those blocked off, and maybe both of those blocked off. But maybe not. We'll see. What happens if we block you off? And are we... Oh, here's a question. If we know we're going to have to hit these guys like this, then that leaves 10 here. If we know these are blocked off in some way, if that Y and X are going to get them instead, oh, which I think we might know. Wait, okay. X, there's 2X, there's 2 in this X column. 1, 2, not going to work. 1, 2, not going to work. 1, 2, not going to work. 1, 2, yeah. The only possibility is to put them there instead. Great. Which tells us you have to get them. Cool. Which tells us blocked there. Blocked there. All of this is blocked. And then that, therefore, all of this is blocked as well. Great. Ooh, what's next though? You're solved. You're open. Who else is solved? You guys are almost solved. No. And no. And no. You have to be open because you are stuck in a corner. Great. Then you're blocked. Then this is solved. Let's make sure I'm on the right pace. Less than 3. Perfect. Wonderful. I guess fewer than 3. You want to be grammatically totally correct. That goes there. We have to get out through here now. Out through here now as well. You're blocked there. You're blocked there. You're blocked there. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay, that's the last unlocked level. We just have one more to solve. Let's see what happens. And it's another big level. Congratulations, they say. I suppose this will be a pretty straightforward one, hopefully. Hopefully they're not gonna... Whoa, what? Oh, okay. So Y has to be the same value throughout. I'm pretty sure that just means Y is 0. Yeah, Y is just 0 in this case. Because these bombs on the side handle all these guys in the middle. Therefore... what else do we know? You're blocked there. You're blocked here. You're blocked there. Oh, great. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, perfect. You're open here. Okay, this is just a satisfying low level then. I appreciate you giving us a softball here at the very end. You have to get out like this. That. Like this. Like this. like this? No, what am I doing? I don't know where I was going with all that. Oh, I guess actually that is correct. Yeah, because then you keep pushing them further and further down. Perfect. You like that. You like this. You go out this way. Then you're here. And that's solved. Oh no. Where's the one thing I missed? Oh no. Let's go back to here. Let's see. 116, 116. So yeah, these are all empty. Did I miss a spot anywhere? Ah, I definitely screwed up somewhere because these are two different zones now. Two. That is 1, 2, 3, 4. That's correct. 1, 2, 3, correct. 1, 2, 3. Yep. 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 Mm-hmm. Yeah-huh. Exactamundo. Terrific. Divine. Excellent. 4. Doing great. Awesome. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, then where's my error? Where's my error? Is it possible that you screwing with me somehow? That there's an alternate solution I'm obligated to consider in order to win this game? Okay, well no, the solution is obviously wrong in some way, given that, oh, I wasn't counting these on the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, there's a gap, there's a problem here. Yep, and then you. Perfect. Nice. Logical systems are logical puzzles. Logical puzzles reach logical endings. Farewell from a realm of pure logic. Sorry, just taking a second to kind of, yeah, huh. Okay, well, that is the end of Logic Bombs. I click, brings me back to the board of completed levels. It's done. All the way from these really simple puzzles to some more abstract ones to that lovely conclusion. That was Logic Bombs. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed and see you around next time.